train your brain to make more money? Well, according to the 2023 report by World Economic Forum, 80% of millionaires are self-made, not born into wealth. That is what that statement implies. And this also implies that they had to do something unique with their brain. And this here is even what is more shocking, that they did not get rich by working extra hard. They did not get rich by doing extra work, but they got rich by thinking differently. So this video is not about motivational stuff and fluff. These are neurological facts that we'll be talking about. So here's the kicker. If you're not earning the way you want, if you're not earning enough according to what your goals are, the problem is not your job. It's your programming and it's your mindset. So in this video, I'm going to break down a step-by-step action process and plan on how you can rewire your brain for wealth and for any other goals in life that you want to achieve. And using science-based strategies, using science-based techniques, and timeless success principle from books like Think and Grow Rich, and a powerful transformational framework known as Be, Do, Have, a common framework that I constantly talk about on this channel. So let's train your mind to make money and not just chase it. I will discuss this one in 8 steps. I'll try to make it as short as possible. So stay tuned. The first step is to create a burning desire for wealth. And in Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, Hill interviewed over 500 millionaires and the richest people in the world and in history, including Henry Ford, the founder of Ford Motors, and Andrew Carnegie. And he discovered that all of them had one thing in common. They had a clear, burning desire, and this was backed by unwavering belief in what they wanted to do. Now, why does this matter to your brain? Why is having a burning desire related to goals and related to your brain? Because when you give your mind a specific financial target, when you give your mind a specific goal or a specific objective, something that you want to do, like I want to earn $100,000 or $1 million per year, your mind activates what we call the Reticular Activating System, or RAS. So briefly, let me take you through RAS and why it's important. So the RAS, the Reticular Activating System, is a network of neurons that are located in the brainstem, and it plays a key role in regulating 4 things: wakefulness, arousal, attention, and consciousness. And it acts like a gatekeeper. It's a gatekeeper for your brain, controlling and filtering out the incoming sensory information, what information is fed into your brain, and therefore deciding what gets noticed and what doesn't get noticed. And when it comes to having a desire, the reticular activating system plays a crucial role in helping us to create and maintain a burning desire to achieve something by focusing our attention, by filtering information, and reinforcing a goal-directed behavior. And it works in 3 ways. The first way is selective attention and focus. When you deeply desire something, your brain labels it as important. Therefore, the RAS then begins to filter and spotlight information that aligns with that particular desire, helping you to, number 1, notice opportunities that others might not see. Number 2, it helps you to focus on relevant people, resources, and ideas. And number 3, it helps you to stay mentally tuned to your goal. For instance, if your burning desire is to start a business or to start a particular venture, then the RAS may help you to spot articles, may help you to spot mentors, may help you to spot conversations that align with your particular goal about entrepreneurship. Number 2, the RAS works with goal reinforcement. How? It constantly scans your environment for signals that match your dominant thoughts. The burning desire that you have created, that's your dominant thought. So it constantly scans the environment to match with your dominant thought. So if you keep thinking about your goal, if you keep thinking about a particular amount of money, then the RAS will reinforce it by keeping it on top of your mind so that you are constantly thinking about your goal, then helping you to stay motivated, and then encouraging daily decisions that will align with your goal. Then step number 3 on how RAS works, it works with mental programming. Now, if you constantly repeat affirmations, visualization, and goal setting practices and exercise, then you are essentially training your RAS to recognize goal relevant cues and opportunities. And how will this help you? It will help you to strengthen your belief in achieving your goal. It helps you form new habits that supports your success, and it also helps you to reduce distractions from non-essential tasks. So the bottom line, once your RAS starts showing you progress or small wins, your brain gets dopamine hits, and this reinforces your behavior. And this creates a positive feedback loop that fuels your burning desire even more. So at this point is when you'll want to achieve something even more. You've been wanting to start a business, you've been wanting to probably have a particular amount of money, and so because of the RAS and the feedback loop that it has given, you even get that desire even more and more. So RAS is like a search engine. So if your burning desire becomes your dominant focus, like the thing that you really want to do, then your RAS will work to bring related information and opportunities to your attention. And so this makes achieving your goal even faster. It opens up your mind so that those opportunities that align with your goal, you easily access that kind of information. So write your goals down and speak it loudly. This is the first step in the be, do, have. So you have to be first. So this is the first step. When you write your goals down, you are becoming, you are being. And so this is the first step of wealth creation. Having a burning desire in your heart or in your mind, and then writing that desire down so that your mindset is stimulated to see it as a true achievement that you can actually achieve. Step number 2 is use power of autosuggestion and identity rewiring. Now, your mind doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. This is not a quote that I've come up with. This is neuroscience. A study was done in 2007 in Harvard, and between participants who visualized practicing piano and those who actually practiced piano. And the results were measurable. Like, there were measurable improvements between those who were just imagining playing piano and those who actually played piano. So how can you take this to your advantage? So your brain accepts repetition as truth. This one is a hack. When you constantly repeat something, your mind will perceive it as truth. So how do you do this? If you say affirmations like, I'm confident, I'm successful entrepreneur, I'm earning 10K per month or 100K per month or 1 million per month, your subconscious mind will start aligning your thoughts, your behavior, and even your decision with that particular identity. And now this is what we call auto-suggestion, the cornerstone of both think and grow rich and neuroplasticity. So the secret here is emotion, what you're thinking, plus repetition, plus present tense. So don't say that I will be rich, that is in future tense. Instead say that I'm a wealthy person making smart money moves, present. So back this with visual proof, something that you can see. And that is why when people are writing down their goals, they are told to draw, make it visual so that it can be seen. When these visual images are implanted in your mind, you see yourself closing that deal, you see yourself owning that particular house, you see yourself earning that amount of money. So do this consistently, and your brain will rewire your identity from someone who didn't have money to a wealthy mode, to a person who is wealthy. So from broke mode to wealthy mode. Step number 3 is see it before you have it. And this is where visualization comes in. People who have succeeded in sports, people who have succeeded in athletics, people who have succeeded in all those track and field activities, they always visualize the victory before they even go to the field. Why? Because mental rehearsals builds confidence and it builds precision. So you need to do the same with money, and you need to do the same with any other goals that you are striving to achieve. Sit down on a daily basis and visualize your income goals. How much do you want to have? How much do you want to achieve? Not just a number, but be specific about the lifestyle that you want, and own it, feel it. It's worth noting that your emotions are like chemical signals. So when they are paired with images, remember the goal that we wrote down, probably do them on a board. When paired with images, they lock your vision onto your nervous system and trigger real world actions that will actually match with it. That is why, for instance, you've bought a particular type of car, that before you bought that car, you never actually used to see that car on the road. But the fact that you already have that car, now you start seeing many of those cars on the road. Or another good example, a particular dress. So you've been wanting to buy a particular dress, anyone, ladies or gents, and no one used to have that dress. But now, because you have this particular dress, you see it visually. Now you actually start seeing people and more people having that particular dress or driving this particular car that you initially never used to see. So visualization it's not daydreaming, but it's a neurological condition. Step number 4, the be-do framework. So you have to be first, then do, then have a breakdown. Most people leave this in reverse. They want to have more before they can act differently. But wealth and success and finances aren't created that way. You must start with being. How do you envision yourself in a particular state, in a particular financial state? And so you start operating from that particular level, the level of being. After you be, then you have to do something that will enable you to have the particular goal that you want. So the be do have is a success framework that people use to achieve the goals that they want. So you first become, and then you do an action that will enable you to have the particular goal that you want. For instance, you have to be that particular investor first. You have to be that entrepreneur. You have to be that particular leader that you are envisioning yourself to be. So after you become that leader, then you take action and do necessary things that will take you from now just the being to having or attaining the particular state that you want to attain. Step number 5, you've got to take inspired and aligned action every day. In this book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, he calls it organized planning. Not just planning, but organized planning. And in neuroscience, it's known as the executive function of the brain. So both, you basically break down the big goal into daily tasks, into hourly tasks, things that will help you become the new identity. And there are the small things like reading on daily basis, sending an email, crafting that letter, sending a pitch, raising your prices, learning a high income skill, launching a product, doing a follow-up on the leads that you got. Small actionable actions that will enable you achieve your goal. Your brain craves progress. Your brain doesn't like stagnation, and therefore small wins will reinforce belief. Anytime you take an action and you have a small win, you constantly start building belief, you constantly start building confidence, and this will reinforce the action that you're supposed to take. And this cycle constantly creates momentum for you to even act more. Step number 6 is upgrade your environment, the power of mastermind. Your brain mirrors your surrounding. And they say that, show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. Okay, don't tell me who you are, just show me your friends, and by the virtue that I can see your friends, I will know who you are. So the environment that we live in dictate who we are. The people that we live with, our immediate people, if you hang around 5 millionaires, then you'll be the 6th one. If you hang around 2 billionaires, then you'll be the 3rd one. If you hang around 4 jokers, then you'll be the 5th one. So the people that we interact with on a daily basis have got a huge influence, have got a huge impact on what we do and how we do it. So who are you spending your time with? How are you spending your conversation? Are you in rooms where money is being discussed? Are you in conversations about growth, conversations about investments, conversations about value and about growth? Or are you surrounded by doubt, by fear, and by comfort? So choose your circle wisely. Subscribe to YouTube channels, to podcasts, to join groups that will be able to inspire you, those that will basically align with your goals and objectives. Step number 7, stay consistent until it becomes default. Nothing will work if you quit because it's not working. So constantly remember that your brain is always listening. Your habits are teaching it who you are. So you have to show up daily. You have to speak affirmations and feel your vision, take action. You have to own the process and put work consistently each and every day into becoming the kind of person that you want. The last one, step number 8, I picked it from this book, is you have to ditch your annual goals. We are constantly thinking along annual frameworks or annual timeframes, and that is why we fail. So we fail because our goals, our income goals, our relationship goals, our social development and growth goals are wired around annual timeframes, and that becomes a trap. Why is it a trap? Because look at this example. A year starts and then you set a financial goal. For example, you want to have earned or saved a particular amount of money, 100,000 at the end of the year. Then in February you procrastinate, in March you procrastinate, in April you procrastinate, in May maybe you do some saving. Then until September, then you realize that you have not been saving consistently. What will happen in that scenario? You rush through October hoping for a miracle to happen, and miracles won't happen, and therefore it kills the goals that you had. And this is how annualized thinking kills goals. Annualized thinking kills decision-making processes. And it's important because your mind works with urgency. So when you have a long-term goals, these long-term goals will basically kill urgency, and it will weaken your focus and condition your brain to delay in action. And this book flips the narrative by compressing your goals that were in 12 months into 12-week cycle, so that every week counts. Every day matters, every hour matters, every minute matters, and each and everything that you do in that particular time frame matters. And this one is backed by neuroscience. Your brain responds to shorter feedback loops. When you give yourself 12 weeks to hit a particular target, to do something that other people will take 12 months, your mind will enter into a focus and high performance state or mode, so that while the other person is thinking to achieve their goals by October, you are thinking about achieving your goals just the following week. And so your brain functionality will have a sense of urgency, so that you will need to work at a faster rate as compared to the other person. Dopamine, the motivation chemical, will be fired more often, more frequently, because progress feels immediate and measurable. And why does this work? This works because, number one, it creates a sense of urgency without burnout. Number two, it forces clarity on your top actions. And then number three, it helps you to plan your work, to plan your actions around 12-week cycles other than 12-month cycles. So if you had an annual goal, for example, I want to save 100 million at the end of the year, break it down to I want to save 20,000 or 30,000 or whichever, divide that money with the annual goal, and then have a smaller goal that you can achieve in 12 weeks. And if you fail, it's easier for you to make amends, it's easier for you to make corrections as compared to someone who is working with the whole year. If they fail in October or in November, it will be very hard for them to realign the goal. So your brain doesn't care about your calendar. It cares about urgency, and it cares about feedback. So when you switch to a 12-week execution plan, you don't just plan faster, but you also win faster. And so as the conclusion of this video, most people try to make more money by doing more. You are earning a particular amount of money, but because you want more, you have to work more. But the real secret is not about that. The real secret is training your brain to be more, training your mindset and your brain to being more. And when you become more, you will do more and now get more. Because when you become the person who naturally attracts wealth, the money has nowhere else to go but inside you, in your mind. So start now. Set clear goals. Speak to it daily. When God created the universe, He was using words. Let there be. Let there be. So words have got power. Words have got life. So set your goals clearly, speak it daily, and visualize it. And you won't get rich by chance. You get rich by rewiring your mind. So you've been thinking about money the wrong way. So start rewiring your brain. Thank you for watching up this time, and I'll see you in my next video.